Okay, that means we're live, doesn't it? Does it not? It's been a long time since I've been doing this. Nope, looks like we're live. Looks like we're live. Alright, long time no see. I thought I'll stream you one of my latest games that I'm a big fan of. And apparently my controller... Here we go. Fixed. Nope, not fixed. No, it's fixed. This is SnowRunner. SnowRunner. As you can see, there's no snow on the screen right now. But that's just a title because you can play Alaska in this. We're currently in the Michigan region. If you don't know what SnowRunner is basically a sophisticated off-road driving simulation, but without or with very little racing components to it. I don't know if that's the correct way to describe it. But what you do in SnowRunner is you drive cars, for the most part. And you have certain objectives. And you can just explore the world as you see fit with your car. You can't get out of your car and walk around like in GTA or so, like you're stuck in your car, and if your car flips over, you basically reset and start over. One thing that makes SnowRunner special is that it has dirt physics, if you want to call it that way. It has mud, dirt, snow, and water physics. So driving off-road and driving through mud and swamp is a big part of the game. So you get stuck a lot. Like, alright, so there's an example right here. So, like, you can see this, right? Like, this is like great. This is a great example. Like, so my car gets stuck in this mud, and I can barely get myself out. Well, I could actually get myself out quite good. But that's a big part of the gameplay loop, that you get stuck in like wherever you want to go. It's kind of like philosophical. Like the journey is the game, I guess. Wherever you want to go, if you get stuck, you get yourself out. So like I'm gonna get myself stuck in mud here real good right about now. If it weren't for my excellent tires, I would be stuck here no matter what. And so I have a winch, right? So I can attach a winch. Yo, what's up, Mark? Congratulations on your streamer perks. So I got a winch, and I can attach the winch to the front of my car, or like I have different points on the car that I can attach the winch to. And the green area you can see is like what's within reach of the winch. Select this point, and then I select where I want to attach the winch to. So for example, to this tree, you can see there's a rope. And now I can winch myself towards the tree, or I can winch the tree to myself and get stuck again. That's not the only way how you can get yourself out of a precarious situation like that. You also have your transmission, right? So you have a high gear, you have a low gear, you have reverse, and you have neutral, just like in a, I guess, regular off-road car, or regular car for that matter. So you're mostly driving around in auto, and you can have low gear. You have some transmissions have a high and a low gear. So high low gear, normal low gear, low gear, low gear. We also have the opportunity to enable all-wheel drive. And you can see now all wheels are turning. It's not just my back axle that's pushing. And that makes going through this mud a lot easier. And or through this dirt, it's not even mud yet. I also have a differential lock. Now this car has differential lock always enabled. Some cars you can enable it on demand, and then some cars or trucks you can't even enable differential lock there, just because their transmission doesn't allow for it. And so you have like several different ways and to get yourself out of mud or swamp, I don't know, dirt, deep mud. And that's basically all you do in this game, and it's weirdly satisfying. You just go around, like you can see in the background there, there's like a tower. and you basically, one part of this game is try to find these towers and basically scout out your surroundings. The scouting will help you discovering missions. That's basically like point A to point B missions, or point ABC missions, where you go like from one point to another in a certain order. Oftentimes you have to bring him, like, you have to attach a trailer to your vehicle. It could be like a big trailer to a semi, or a small trailer to your car, and then you bring supplies to a location, or you pick up supplies from a location, and you have to choose a route, how you get there without getting stuck. So I can launch an observation from this tower right here. And there's like nothing but dirt and rocks around me, as you can see. This is the map right here. There are certain locations marked on your map. These are mostly related to tasks or quests and contracts, but tasks and contracts, I guess, or just plain objectives. There's fog. I was about to say fog of war. There's not really a war. Well, as you can see, this is like, this map is called Drummond Island. It's supposed to play in the Michigan, USA. There's a body of water underneath here. There's a tower that I haven't discovered yet. This is my current location, so let's try and find a way to get there. So just so you see, you can place markers anywhere in the map. You can move them around, and then if you drive to them, you can actually like do like checkpoint by checkpoint navigation. If you drive from one marker to the next, as soon as you reach the marker, it will clear it from the map and it will show you the next marker. So that's what we're going to do. We plot a route, and we'll go over here. There's a bridge here that looks like it hasn't been built, and if that's the case, we'll probably not be able to cross over here. So let's check that out. Of bridges and men, it's a task that's close by here. So let's see, our first marker is over there. Pull in reverse. And let's try to find that. So the reason why you don't want to drive an all-wheel drive all the time is because all-wheel drive uses up more of your gasoline in your tank, and you have a limited amount of gasoline in your tank. So I currently have 55 out of 72 liters in my tank, and I upgraded my Jeep, or my Scout vehicle, to actually have a roof rack, and you can see there's like some spare parts, spare tire, and some gasoline canister, and at any point in the game I can just like refuel and take gasoline out of my roof rack and transfer it to my vehicle. That has the added benefit of lowering my center of gravity for increased maneuverability. Flipping over is actually a common occurrence in this game. We'll soon get there for sure. I've been flipped over in these cars annoyingly often, and in the beginning your winch, just as in the actual cars, I guess I'm not an expert, your winch only works when you have your motor running, right? Because it's like tied to your motor running, and your engine stalls as soon as you're flipped over to the side. Oh, there's actually a gas station here. That's a perfect opportunity to refill my roof rack. So if you flip over, your engine stalls, your winch doesn't work, so you can't get yourself out of this situation. You're just laying on your roof or on the side, and there's nothing more you can do. Your last resort basically is just to recover your vehicle. There's like no penalty cost for it. The only actual penalty for that is that you lose any progress in your current mission. Like if you're pulling anything, like you're losing your trailer, you lose the load on the trailer, and it resets you back to your garage. In the garage, your car gets automatically fixed, it gets automatically fueled up. On the lower left-hand side, you can see tires, gasoline tank, motor, transmission, and suspension. All of these individual parts of your car can be damaged individually by driving recklessly into mountains, rocks, trees, or tree trunks, or yeah, I don't know, diving headfirst into a pool of mud, not knowing what's underneath the surface. You can pull yourself out, like attach a winch somewhere, and if that tree is stable enough and your car is light enough, it will not pull the tree towards you, but it will pull the car out of the mud eventually. There's different weather in the game, so right now we have nice weather, like really nice weather. There's rain, there's fog, overcast. There's the day-night cycle, so it turns day and night. You have headlights that you can turn on and off, fog lights. So it looks like this bridge is not completed. And there's no way for us to get around easily. So I guess we just put it in reverse and get back up. Try to find a different way to cross. Or let's check what we need to do to get this bridge constructed. There was an objective marker somewhere around here. And we fall back into this mud. So I think a big part of the gameplay loop is reading the terrain. So in terms of elevation, in terms of maneuverability, in terms of drivability. So you see that big like pile of mud over there. I don't have to drive through that mud just to get where I'm going. I don't need to stay on the road, right? I can just easily go off-road, go on the green, go across rocks or the grass, and grass is certainly more maneuverable than a deep pile of mud. Alright, so let's put in our handbrake and let's show the task. There's only a little text, like there's no narration in this game. Let's check the details. So this is where they need help, and this is where I could get wooden planks. Is there a trailer? There's a sideboard trailer that I can pull with my current scout. I need a scout trailer for that. There is a fuel station. Is that a scout trailer? That is not a scout trailer. That's another sideboard trailer. So I'm checking basically, there's a truck actually over here. I'm checking basically, that's a scout flatbed, and we're not even far away from it, so let's grab that. So you find vehicles and equipment in the wild, so you don't need to purchase it straight up. If you're lucky, and we got lucky in that we need to grab wooden planks from a nearby pickup station, and we cannot transport the wood in our car because we need more than would fit. Basically, this is not an IKEA run, this is like straight up construction site. You saw that right there, it says like dangerous water level. That's because my car is currently not equipped with a snorkel. So water in your engine can stall the engine and you're basically drowning. One thing that I did to this car is, or there's a couple of things that I did to this car. I did like raise the suspension for better off-road maneuverability. I put on big tires with a lot of grip for like mud and swamp maneuverability. And I also put in an automatic electric winch. So my winch is not operated by the engine but by its own electric motor. That means it's not as powerful because it doesn't have the horsepower of my main engine, but just like of the electric motor. But it doesn't stall when my car flips upside down. So as this is my scout car, I get in a situation where I flip over pretty often. Alright, so this trailer has iron bars loaded. We don't need that, so we just dump them. But the advantage is that my winch keeps working even though if I flipped over. Attach the trailer, and then remove cargo. That's it. So now we have a trailer, and if my engine stalls or my car flips over completely, I still can operate my winch to try and get myself out of the situation. Again, as I said initially, this happened quite early to me, and I'm really happy that I have this automatic winch. So let's chart a course to where we need to go to pick up. See if we can make it through here to the fuel station. It's always nice to have like enough fuel, and I guess this bridge is under construction as well. So we'll have to go across this shallow body of water here. See if we can get through there with our trailer. And we're basically doing our own adventure here right now, right? So we chart a course, and then this is the log station. This is where we can pick up the wooden planks. So I guess we'll just go over here and then go to the log station. So this is here basically the way you choose your own adventure here, like, or choose your own path. If you can pick an easy route if it's available, by staying on like a road, should you find any. Like in this area there seems to be very little road and a lot of mud. Obviously the trailer makes it harder for my little engine to pull ahead, since there's added weight that I not only need to drag behind me, but I also need to get out of this mud. Getting the stuck trailer get out of mud is pretty easy because I can pull with my car. Like I can winch the trailer and just pull with my engine by driving forward or backwards, or just using the electric motor and pulling the trailer towards me. But yeah, that's I'm just rambling on because that's the fascinating part of this game. That's just like, if you're interested in like driving off-road, driving dirt. This trailer, for example, here is a flatbed trailer. Looks for like a high flatbed. I could buy a flatbed truck, or a truck with a flatbed trailer mount, and then I could come here with that truck and just pick up the trailer and sell it, or put it someplace where I need to have fuel. So let's fuel up here real quick. Since I have no garage in this area, or I have not discovered if there is a garage in this area, I'm extra cautious about my fuel. So if you look ahead, there's a big body of water, and then there's like some rocks and a whole lot of mud. And it's starting to rain. That doesn't bode well. The birds you can see in the background are the only animals or other living things that you'll see in this game. There's like no deers or anything. There's no other people. You can do this in multiplayer and play with other friends or other people, I guess, but they would also be confined to their cars or trucks and operating those vehicles, so you would never see other people running around. Looks like we're making good progress to the swampy part here. That's what I say just about before I get stuck every time. Alright, so there's a tree right in front of us. Okay, we got past it. I could opt to go onto these rocks, but rocks are very slippery, just increasing my chances of getting stuck, and they also have rough edges, so what happens is that your car physics or your trailer physics, they can get stuck to these rocks, like, and then like you're just out of luck. You have to go back and forth, and one thing you don't want to do is when you're in mud is like you don't want to like be in a place for too long or you sink in, making it even harder to free yourself. I can turn off my all-wheel drive over here. Just preserve some gasoline. Just go over that tree. Make sure our trailer doesn't get stuck. Turn the all-wheel drive back on. And now it's starting to really rain cats and dogs over here. You can see the dirt on the car. That's quite nice. Like if it comes fresh out of the garage, we got dangerous water level over here. Alright, it looks like we need to shift into low gear to transfer a little bit more energy into our wheels or into the transmission. That prevents basically the tires from spinning freely and just digging ourselves in, because the low gear prevents the gears from prevents the tires from spinning too fast. Our differential lock is automatically engaged as soon as we switch into low gear, meaning that each individual wheel on an axle can spin somewhat independently from the opposite wheel. not a car engineer. I cannot like 100% correctly describe. Mark, this game is available, as far as I know, on every major gaming platform. PC. I bought it on the Epic Game Store. It's available on, I think, Epic Games exclusively, but if I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to be released on consoles and even Switch, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure right now because Epic Game Stores have these like exclusive deals. So some games are PC exclusive, some games are Epic Games exclusive. This was released a week ago, I think. There's a predecessor to SnowRunner called MudRunner, and MudRunner is a spin-off of a game called Spin Tires, which was like an indie development that was available or still available in Steam. So like chronologically it would be Spin Tires, MudRunner, SnowRunner, and SnowRunner. Okay, we can get off the low gear here. SnowRunner is basically like the third installment in the series. It has probably of all the games, of all the three of them, the nicest graphics. There's some features that they removed from SnowRunner that they had in MudRunner and Spin Tires to make it a little bit more beginner friendly, I guess. Like, as far as I'm aware, in Spin Tires, at the very least, if not in MudRunner, they had like individual wheel physics, so the air pressure in your wheel would have an impact on the maneuverability of your car. Like if you had a flat tire, I think that's still in this game. I had a flat tire once. That's why I have a spare tire with me. But we're still going the right way. Yes, we need to go over there. In Spin Tires, it was a big deal to have the correct air pressure, like in your balloon tires, so that you would be able to basically maneuver, to have better maneuverability if you have like lower air pressure, just because the surface area of your wheels is bigger to move more dirt. We are in low gear, that's why we're like not making this turn. So get out of low gear. We can also, we're almost out of the woods here as far as the mud goes to disable all-wheel drive. Let's turn that off. Let's preserve some gasoline. The trailer in the back certainly doesn't make it easier to maneuver these tight turns. And then imagine having a flatbed truck going this street, or not even street, going this dirt road, if you want to call it a road. There's off-road trucks in here. You can do, you can like purchase different trucks with different capabilities. As far as engine, transmission goes, you can upgrade your trucks with different gear. Hey, hold on, which way do I need to go? Do I go this way or do I go around the long way? Well, what the hell, we'll just try going through here. Let's get ourselves stuck, shall we? I guess that's what the game is about. Let's get ourselves stuck. Like right through these trees here. No problem. Look at that. We're just making our own way. Nice. I guess we're at the logging facility. Where's the loading point? Back? Yeah, we marked it all the way in the back. Yeah, I think I paid about $40 for this game, so it's quite pricey for what it does. There's like very little in terms of story. Most of it is like reading text. There's the other trailer that we saw on the map. I could winch that, but I don't have the right mount on this little car to pull that trailer. I would need to have an actual truck. So cargo management, let's put up, what did we do? We needed wooden planks, right? Of bridges and men. Is that the bridge that we wanted to? Yeah. And what do local rangers need? Let's see. Support local rangers. They need wooden planks as well. Alright, so let's do both of them. Start tracking. They need wooden planks, so let's load wooden planks. 1, 2. And then Which way do we need to go? Do we go back the same way we came from? I guess so, right? That was maneuverable. And then we need to drop them off over here. So now you can see our trailer is even heavier. We have wooden planks on here. Some trucks have a flatbed on the back that they can ship cargo around with without having to resort to a trailer, which keeps them maneuverable. It just adds weight and raises the center of gravity, but it keeps them maneuverable. You could also opt for a flatbed truck and a trailer if you have to like haul like a lot of stuff someplace, or you can just go to, like do the route twice. There's two different flatbeds for the Scout. There's like this dual flatbed, and there's like a single flatbed, which is like lighter in weight and also a little bit more maneuverable. So if you have to go like some really remote place where the dual flatbed trailer doesn't help you out as much, you could just either put like one stack of planks onto the double trailer, or use the single trailer and then go multiple times. And it's like weirdly satisfying like that. Like I don't know. It's just like there's something about this, like getting yourself stuck, getting yourself out. And this looks very easy like right now. Like we didn't really run into any danger right now. We didn't really get stuck much, but that's just because I have upgraded this little Scout like a whole lot. Like as I said, if you look at it, I raised the suspension, I put on tires, I put on the roof rack, I put up 2 spare wheels, I upgraded the engine. The one upgrade that I didn't unlock yet is a snorkel for it, so if I have to be careful when going through big bodies of water. Support local rangers. Hey, nice to meet you. What? Oh, sorry, we're not at the drop-off point yet. Yeah. So we need to get over here to drop these wooden planks off. And then they'll build this bridge, and the progress is saved, so this build will stay in this area permanently. So I basically unlocked a comfortable way getting across this river, so that I now can cross it, and I also earned some in-game money to buy upgrades for my car. We have to go back, and then this is where our other bridge is. Do we have enough? We have enough fuel. We don't need to go fuel it yet. So let's put it in reverse, and try to get ourselves. Oh! Don't flip the trailer. Try to get ourselves out backwards. As you can see, I'm not. I'm just pushing the trailer someplace. We jackknifed it. So, come on, keep going. Just a little further, I guess not. Like going in reverse with the trailer, you can see there's rocks under my car. That makes like it even worse. Like pushing a trailer straight up a hill is like really hard in real life. So why wouldn't it be hard in this game, right? I guess this sign has to go. It's in my way. And then we just go over these trees. In the stock version of this car, you wouldn't be able to do all this because it has like road tires which have virtually no grip on off-road. So let's use the winch to pull myself back onto the road here. Attach it over there. And that did not work as expected. And obviously I'm doing all this just for show, right? So I'm obviously doing this just for show. So you can see multiple things happened there. We flipped over, our engine stalled. I can try to turn it back on. Oh, and our trailer is actually helping us riding ourselves back up. I guess that was nice. But yeah, you can see my engine stalled, and if I wouldn't flip back up, I would have had to use my winch in some place, and this is like weird. If you can't get up here, I'll just leave the trailer and pull it. That's like always the option. You can always detach the trailer like make some headway and then just winch it to you. Like winch it back up. Alright, so it looks like we got ourselves unstuck there. Basically this game takes forever to go from point A to point B. On purpose. Like it's not a racing game, right? Like if you're expecting to go someplace fast, this game's not for you. Absolutely not, no. There's challenges in here, or they call it contests, where you have to go from A to B fast. I have not done a single one of those yet, because right now this is not the gameplay that I'm looking for. It's fairly relaxing. Just going from A to B. Is this the right way? Yes, no. Hold on, we should have made a left here. These are the big trees that we went through last time, so why don't we do it this time again? Right, what worked last time, why would it work this time again? And then this is the logging station where we can put another set of planks onto our trailer. I wanted to show you the garage really, but since I have not unlocked the garage in this area, it would mean that I have to go back through 2 different areas to go back to my garage. Which means I just have to go back here over multiple regions again. Alright, so we put more planks on. And then just continue on. Did we need to cross that bridge? We did not need to cross that bridge, did we? We now can cross that bridge. So on our way back we went over this body of water. So this time we can just cross the bridge. We can fuel up over here at the gas station. And then we can go deliver our planks over here. And then maybe this way... I was thinking maybe we could go on make a right here, but it doesn't look like a road. And these trees are too dense to just off-road there. So we'll see if this right over here makes a beeline towards this tower, which was our goal initially. Our tank is half empty. We still have like all our... That's actually a good idea. We could just refuel from our roof rack to lower the center of gravity. You can see like there, it even like shows you like the fuel like wobbling around in the tank on your roof. So we're lowering our center of gravity by moving the fuel from our roof rack to the gas tank in the car, which should help with not tipping over as fast. Might make a minor difference. Hey Mark, if you're still there, what is the, like, is the video looking okay? Is the sound fine? I haven't checked yet. I just went with the settings that I used for streaming last time. If you could leave some feedback, that would be appreciated. This game is not very hard on your graphics cards or PC in general. It has many options that you can tweak the graphics, and it looks good even on medium levels. Like I have everything cranked, and I'm like well over playable frame rates. So it's not too taxing on any PC. You could use this, like if you have an esports PC and play Overwatch, this game will play just fine. I think it's about 30 gigs install, or it's 30 gigs download and then maybe 40 gigs install. Don't quote me on that, I'm not sure. Pulling this number from the top of my head here. I would recommend installing it as on an SSD though. If you have a spinning hard disk in your computer, it's probably not the best idea, just because load times are significantly longer. And since you do cross a couple of regions during the game, you actually do load quite a bit if you're going from one region to the other. So the three Michigan regions, or the 4 that I've been playing, you start out at Black River, which is like your tutorial region, and then there's Smithfield Dam. There's like a huge dam across half of the map. This one's called Drummond Island. And then there's Island Lake. Island Lake is not really a lake. Island Lake is a big body of water that's just more swamp than anything. So you need a good set of wheels and a snorkel to get through that territory for the most part. Like, since most of the markers are reachable only by going through water, basically a snorkel is mandatory in your car, otherwise you'll drown more often than not. You can actually damage your engine by pulling in too much water to a degree where it's either broken or just submerged, which will stall it. You could also siphon off the gas of the trailer over there if we had the fuel station right here. If you find a fuel tank in the wild, you could just siphon off the gasoline of the tank. You don't have to like drag around the entire trailer for the sake of it. Just like siphon off the fuel and go your merry ways. Alright, so don't need all-wheel drive. This is like a pretty packed dirt road. Also don't want to go too fast because I'm good at flipping myself over, I guess. Once we delivered this pallets, I can show you the global map. There's a couple of areas that we can... This is the pack of mud that we were stuck in last time we've been here. So I'm going to show you just for the sake of it. I'm going to unhook the trailer, detach it. I'm going to get myself out of this mud right here. If I find something that I can grab that's a little bit more... we winched ourselves out towards the other entrance. Oh, wait, why did I turn off all-wheel drive? I must have done that by mistake. Right, so with all-wheel drive and differential lock and low gear, we got ourselves out of here. And now what we can do is we can attach the winch to the back of our car and to the front of our trailer, and then we can just use the motor of the winch to pull our trailer through this piece of dirt. At the same time, we could just engage our engine, drive forward to pull it through even faster. You can see the little wheel like getting dug in really good. And then if the trailer made it towards us, we can just go ahead and attach the trailer again, and then continue driving. So that's just like a way, like, you don't need to worry about getting through everything at once with a trailer. Or just basically detach the trailer, it will be stuck in the mud. But you can free yourself, and then you can attach the trailer, grab it, pull it out of the dirt. Wait, where is the... Did I miss it? Where do I drop off? Hold on. Did I go past it? I didn't. It's called Of Bridges and Men, right? Yes, this is where I need to deliver. Wooden planks to Island Bridge. Am I past the point? I didn't see the prompt where it had like load management. Like where that obviously doesn't work. Where I could have dropped off my wood, my planks. Did I not? Hold up. There's no... Of Bridges and Men. Let's go there real quick. Did I not accept that quest? Task? Whatever they call it. I might have not accepted it. I probably didn't accept it. That's probably the reason why I didn't get the prompt to unload my planks. Alright, so you have to go to this areas here. I gotta talk my way through it. When you go show task, accept. So now it's activated. We keep tracking it, and then now we should have the area unlocked where we drop off the wood. Turn on our headlights here, it's getting dark. Let's not go through the same mud like for the quintuples time, just go around it. So much for that. Alright, so let's show you how to get out of the situation, hopefully. So the engine is stalled. I can't start it, right? I don't have too much damage from just flipping over, but I can use my winch, hopefully, and attach it to, what about this tree? You can see it engaged. My steering, because I have power steering, is out, so I can't really steer. But that helped. So detach the winch. The engine's running again. And let's keep going. Maybe not flip over another again. But that's what happens when you go off-road, right? Like, trailer is right on the spot. Perfect. The only issue that we have is we have to back into the trailer to attach it and then manage our freight. Yes. Alright, so let's back into the trailer. Not too fast. Let's be gentle. Do we winch it? Let's winch it. Nope, the trailer isn't moving, it's moving the car. It's actually pulling the car towards the trailer. You can only attach the trailer when you're close enough. See that the trailer is too far away. So we have to keep winching. That should be sufficient. And now we get the prompt for cargo management, and now we're dropping off the wood. And we have another permanent unlock for this area. And basically what you want to do is in the very beginning is you want to unlock routes of travel by means of constructing these bridges. In your tutorial area there's many parts of the map that are hard to get to for a truck. No. They're hard to get to in general. Some pieces are harder to get to for a non-off-road capable truck than others. So what you want to do is you want to take an off-road capable vehicle, the first one that you have available basically, attach a trailer, and then get the supplies required by each individual construction site to either clear rubble of a road, or construct a bridge, or whatever the obstacle is. Just remove it, and then that's a permanent unlock. We're gonna... No! That's what happens when you talk and play at the same time. So we're not drowned yet. Can we attach... We can attach to something under the bridge. We're not... Okay, engine is still running. Let's see if we can get out of it. Let's check in low gear in overdrive, please. But yeah, that's like at least the initial gameplay loop is like to enable your trucks, like your highway trucks, to get to places that they can't go to because they're not off-road capable. By getting obstacles out of the way. And then later on you unlock off-road capable trucks, which basically allow you to pull cars out of mud. Like obviously this tiny car wouldn't be able to like winch an entire trailer out of mud, so you need to get to certain places with like a more beefier engine and stronger winch. And in order for that to happen, you need to make a truck off-road capable by like modifying it with tires, snorkel, raising the suspension, stuff like that. But you need to unlock that first. So that's like the core gameplay loop is basically making discoveries with your scout to unlock upgrades for the different vehicles. When you upgrade your scout, you can go to more remote places. Let's see where this road takes us. And once you scouted out the places for the region, it will show you like the points that you need to go to unlock upgrades. These upgrades are costly, so you need to make some money by fulfilling contracts or completing tasks. There's a repair trailer over here. You can put this on a you can winch this on a semi or put it on a off-road vehicle to go to a place and have like basically your own like mobile garage. It has like a limited amount of tools and supplies, but you can basically repair yourself in the field if you pull this thing around. So if you damage your engine, you have like basically your own garage with you to repair your car. I do have some supplies and repairs in my roof rack. That's why I like, that's a trade-off, right? I can bring some supplies to this remote location, but if I would have my garage nearby that I can repair my car at, then I would remove the roof rack again so that I can have like a lower center of gravity and easier maneuverability, and I wouldn't tip over as fast. Like right now my center of gravity is ridiculously high. The distance between the wheels is not too wide, so I have a very narrow stance. So tipping over is quite common. And my fix for that, for this scout vehicle, was to have like the automatic electric winch, so that I can upright myself if I'm near trees or poles that I can attach the winch to. Oh, we made it to a road. How did not expect that. How unexpected. Do we need to get off-road to here? Like I am fairly certain this way, whatever we can see of it, leads to this tower. So we have to go off-road. We have to go off-road over here. I'm gonna move this marker to show me exactly that I want to go off-road here. I don't want to go off-road into this body of water because, oh, I could make it right here. Let's see which one's more feasible. But this one shows like, it indicates that there's like some form of passability there. So yeah, scouting is like basically the initial bread and butter of the game. Once you scouted a couple of locations, you know where your tasks and contracts are. There's 3 companies in this game that you can do contracts for. So we have Husky Forwarding, Dyson Diesel, and Steel River Township. And these have, like, you can see for Steel River Township, I have all but 1 task completed. And these are just companies that are available in Michigan. There's like, I can show you right now. There's a global map. So this is Michigan. These are the 3 islands, 3 areas in Michigan that you can go to. You can go from Black River to the Smithfield Dam. And from the Smithfield Dam, you can choose to Drummond Island to go to Drummond Island or to Island Lake. The garage open means that you can respawn in these areas. I have not found the garage here in Drummond Island where I'm currently, and I have not found the garage in Island Lake. I've searched far and wide in Island Lake and I didn't find the garage. Maybe that just means there is no garage available here, which would suck because you have to be really careful about what you're doing in those areas when you're completing tasks, because basically resetting to your garage means losing all the progress in addition to having to go back there, which is a challenge in and of itself at times. So I don't know why I keep turning off all-wheel drive. I'm thinking I'm getting stuck, but for some reason I just turn off all-wheel drive. the faster you go, the more fuel you burn, obviously, the more additional features that you enable for your transmission, the more fuel you burn. It's like always a trade-off, right? The different engines have more power to get you to deeper mud, but also burn more fuel, so there's like lots of things to consider. It's like a micro car management simulator, if you want to call that. Like going through this piece of muddy, swampy dirt would have been impossible in the stock version of this car. Like flat out impossible. We just get stuck and don't move anywhere. And if you have nothing within range that you could winch onto, or could hook your winch onto, you wouldn't even be able to pull yourself forward. Like you would just be flat out stuck. You couldn't go backwards where you came from, you couldn't go forward to where you wanted to. You would just recover your vehicle and start over. You can put on different wheels of different sizes with different profiles, giving you a different... Is this where I wanted to go? There's a lighthouse. I'm seeing this lighthouse in the dark over here. There's a trailer, a ramped flatbed trailer, but I actually wanted to go... I have to go off-road into this piece over here to go make a left and get to the towers, so we need to go over there. You can see this is a pretty narrow piece of... I want to call it road, but it's not really a road. So there's no way you make this through these rocks in a truck. Like my Scout is the smallest Scout of the ones that are available to me right now. It's the most narrow one. It gets me through this passage. But the default truck that you start out with is sort of off-road capable. It would have never gone through this, so I would have needed to find a way around it, or like would have basically a really hard time going through there. So yeah, I'm making a lot of progress here just by the virtue of having an upgraded car. There's different classes. There's like heavy cars or heavy trucks. There's highway trucks. There's off-road trucks. There's these Scout class vehicles that let you go places but not do many of the tasks where you need to run supplies. Yes, you can attach a trailer like we did, but the trailers are like not very all-terrain capable. Like you basically don't want to pull them anywhere that's not paved. Which for some parts is okay, some parts is like virtually impossible. Oh no! Gladly there's a tree over here that we just winch onto to right ourselves. Turn our engine back on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Start the engine, please. The camera is certainly unwieldy at times. You can see me like flipping around. Sometimes the camera starts moving by itself, sometimes you have to correct it. Alright, so once we hit this area, we have unlocked the watchtower. You don't have to go through this cutscene, it just shows you like what's around your like vicinity. And it says upgrade location discovered. And that just means that somewhere around the vicinity, that by the area that was covered in this black on the map, contains a upgrade. There's the upgrade. Oh, it's all the way down here. And these upgrades enable parts for your car, for your vehicles. So it doesn't necessarily upgrade. This is me. It doesn't necessarily upgrade. There's another Scout down here. At first I thought this was me. There's another Scout car down here. I could just drive up to this location, and once I reach this car, I would just be able to keep it, I guess, or it's part of a task that I have to fulfill. I don't know. But I can just sell it for the extra monies. There's like a shipyard over here, and this is the upgrade that we need to go to. Let's see how we can get there. There's a road over here, so we need to take this road back to where we came from and then just go the other way. cross the water here, go all the way across this rocky formation, make it out of the woods over here, and then go off-road here to get to the upgrade. See how that works out. You don't have to go to these towers, but they certainly make your life easier. You could just like drive around on the map to discover these spots. No. Alright, so we're stalled for good this time, I think. The engine keeps stalling. And that just means my... Alright, so if you roll over entirely... Yes, yes, yes. No! No! There we... No, 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 no. I guess we could just roll down this hill. Nope, we can't. This time the engine's gone for good. So there's nothing over here that we could winch to. Oh, there is. I guess we can just winch onto this rock. Get our engine back on. Stay winched. And just go this hill up backwards. Remove the winch. Haha! Yes. I'm so glad for this automated electric winch. Again, if you missed me rambling over it, your winch is tied to your engine, and if your engine stalls, your winch don't work. And there's like a 10 grand upgrade to the winch that it can make it operate off of an electric motor, so it's independently operating off your engine, which got me out of this situation right there. Alright, so this is where we cross the first body of water. And if we're not drowning. This is I have not unlocked the snorkel upgrade for this class of car, so this would be a natural barrier if you haven't had the snorkel or the race suspension. But because I have the race suspension, my engine block and my intake actually are above the surface of water, so that my car is not, or my intake is not pulling water, but still it's pulling air. And we are actually looking like we're making through this. Let's put in low gear. We're actually making it through this, no problem. Nice. Okay, we can turn to automatic again. And yeah, I just keep rambling, but I also just keep playing. Hold on a second. I'm gonna be right back. And I'm back. You might have noticed right there that if you leave your engine running but just like taking in the countryside, it still burns gasoline. Like you still burn fuel just by standing around. Like because you're like in neutral, or just because you have the engine running. Is this the way? Is this the way? Going through these trees? Is that? I guess that's what I was supposed to I like to, on this narrow road, I would like to go into low gear just because I have too much horsepower if I go into automatic or high gear. And the car just becomes like a box like a Bronco, which could easily send me off the cliff there. So we're coming into a piece of dirt, deep dirt. The game basically distinguishes between multiple different levels of stickiness. There's like pavement, which is like your road top surface, the regular road top surface, which can become wet or can be flooded over, so it is wet. And then you have dirt road, you have mud road, you have swamp. Yeah, I had like different degrees of swamps that I pulled cars out of. And then you have water, which your car can't traverse because it's not floating, right? So water is basically your ultimate barrier as far as traveling places goes. But yeah, you can only traverse big bodies of swamp basically, or deep puddles, if you have the correct equipment that you have to unlock, that you have to pay for, that you only have available or unlocked for certain classes of cars, so that you can't use just like any car. The cars drive differently, like they all have different properties as far as the driving capabilities go, and the driving properties, like how good they are driving on-road, off-road, how narrow they are, where their center of gravity is, whether they have a flatbed or not. Like certain upgrades are only available in certain cars, like a heavy-duty winch is only available in the big trucks. Now, if you need a heavy-duty winch, you need to be able to get your big truck to the place where you need to have a heavy-duty winch. Oftentimes, this place is somewhere in the outdoors, in the off-roads. So you need to have enough upgrades installed on the truck to get it to the place where you need the heavy winch. And that's basically the core mechanic of the game. It's like this loop of discovering places, discovering tasks, installing the upgrades that you discovered. Like this is a car here that includes an upgrade. That doesn't necessarily mean I can use this upgrade onto the car that I'm currently driving. Like this is an engine upgrade. It's a 12V engine. It's like for a heavy truck. It's a modern take on an old engine, increase its reliability, power, and acceleration at the cost of higher fuel consumption. And it's available for the following truck models. I own none of these, but I might own them in the future so that I can install the engine straight away. So I'm gonna stop my engine right here and then see where we can go. Do we have a tower left? Yes, there's one tower left in this area. And if this tower doesn't discover a garage, then there is no garage in this area. And then we can just go back to Smithville Dam. Alright, so let's try and get here. Where are we right now? We are down here. Is there a way? We could try and off-road our way up here. I guess this is a good bet. This looks blocked off. Alright, so let's keep going. If we can make it off-road to the 10 hut task. There's a sideboard trailer that we can pull because we're not a truck or a semi, and then we could cut right through here and see where, if there's like, it looks like there's a, either we go off-road here or we continue down the street to get to that tower, basically just uncover all of the map by having the towers unlocked. And if we discover another upgrade, we try to go there. If we don't, we can just travel back to a different region. If you're looking any other place than Twitch right now, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, sorry, I don't have the chat up for those right now. I only have the Twitch chat up. Having said that, feel free to join my Twitch channel if you want to chat with me. Let's see if we can get ourselves... Like, pulling on the engine block is probably not the smartest idea here. Let's pull on the sidebar. That helped. Alright, so I'm terrible at reading this terrain, obviously. There's like a big gap where we got stuck in the road that I did not read correctly. The tutorial calls it reading the road, and so that's why I keep calling it reading the road. I actually want to drive up to this trailer for the extra experience. Let's see, I got 30 stars for this, for discovering that trailer, and I actually have a profile here. You can see I've unlocked 52%, or I've completed 52% of the Michigan area tasks and contracts. So that watchtower that we're going to unlock is the last watchtower to unlock, and we actually unlocked all of the upgrades. Okay, so that means as soon as we have that tower unlocked, we will not find an additional upgrade. We have unlocked all 21 upgrades in this region. And if you're trying, I'm going to go to the garage then, I guess. If you try to install a piece of hardware in your car that you have not unlocked, it will actually tell you what to do. It will actually tell you to like drive around in this region looking for upgrades, or you need to be a certain level in your profile to unlock this upgrade. Certain tires only unlock when you have some experience under your belt, I guess, by the virtue of collecting experience points. I think the electric winch is an upgrade that you have to unlock by reaching a certain rank. So it's not available. Even if you would have the money, it would not be available to you for purchase from the get-go. One thing that's interesting as far as the economy goes in this game is that you can't lose money in the way of burning it. You either install hardware that's costly into your car, or you sell that hardware for the same amount that you bought it for, so that you always have basically the same pool of money available to you, and you can only increase that pool by selling cars, by fulfilling contracts or completing tasks. So if you buy a car and you like find out you don't like that car, you could just give it back, no harm done, which is good because I have no idea what most of the things mean that I read in the shop when buying a car. So it looks like I need to get over here. This one leads me to a bridge back to Smithville Dam. So we have to go back past the service trailer over here. There's another flatbed trailer or sideboard trailer. I'm just gonna leave these trailers for now. I'm gonna come back at the later point and just collect them and drive them to a trailer depot and sell them. So let's turn around ideally without falling over. Lost my train of thought there, didn't know. We're running out of fuel here. Was the gas station close by? Yeah. So yeah, so we're just transferring gasoline from our roof rack. And there's 140 liters in the roof rack for this truck, which means we have almost two sets of refuel in the roof rack. So I can refuel the car entirely twice, almost. Twice would be 148 liters, and it's 140 liters, so we're 8 liters short of refueling twice just by the virtue of having the roof rack. If I have a flat, I have a spare tire on the roof rack, and I have a spare tire in the back of my trunk. You can see that right there, like if you look through the window. If I ever had a flat in this car, I would probably install the wheel from the roof rack first to further reduce my center of gravity, or center of mass. Is it center of mass, center of gravity? In German it's Schwerpunkt. Not 100% certain which one is the correct term. Yeah, and then that, like, we're really top heavy right now in this configuration, but I prefer being top heavy with the benefit of getting myself out of a situation with the electric winch, or the automatic winch it's called in the game, than not being top heavy and having to fuel up every couple of minutes, because it's really annoying. Like, you're really limited in range by having to refuel constantly, because like these stronger engines that you need to get through the mud, they burn through fuel fast. Like, the trucks have bigger tanks, but they also have like a higher gasoline consumption. So one of the trucks that I have that I really liked had like a 240 liter tank, but it also like guzzled the gas like nobody's business. And I was basically limited by like a very narrow radius around the gas station for maneuverability, because I would just I would just burn through the fuel so fast that I basically could not go any place unless I would carry a fuel trailer with me, or put a fuel tank onto the frame of the truck, which then in turn meant that I had to use a trailer for carrying a load, or use a fuel trailer to carry the load on my flatbed. So that's the level of detail this game goes into, right? Like, these are like the puzzles, so to say, that you have to solve. And it's just, to me, it's just relaxing driving out here in the wilderness, you know, like nothing quarantine related in here, like there's like nobody's business. This could be as well, like this could very well be like a version in there every other human but me died, right? Because I see nobody else running around in this game. I don't know, there's not even zombies. And I'm the last human, like I am legend. The last human driving around, try to have fun. There's the tower over there. So yeah, like this is pretty relaxing as far as that goes. So let's put it in low gear to not dig ourselves in too much. The graphic is quite okay. Like, it has nice reflections on the water. You can see my driver in there. Like, he's operating the steering wheel based on my steering on the gamepad. I'm playing with a controller. It has like a very delayed responsiveness in terms of steering, which makes driving fast real hard, but it feels authentic as far as like going off-road goes. Because like you can't like instantly turn your steering wheel, right? You actually have to sit inside the car, turn it around all the way from left, all the way to the right. That takes some time, so there's like some sort of delay between you moving your joystick left and right, and then the wheels actually turning all the way to the left from all the way to the right. And there's our goal. Let's put it back into auto. Put some more horsepowers into the wheels, and then I guess that's it. Last tower for Michigan, or the Michigan game area. So there you see nothing but water. New objectives discovered. Silent observer. Alright. I'm not gonna go through the hassle of driving all the way back to Smithfield Dam or Island Lake. I'm just gonna recover my vehicle so that you can see the garage, and we can maybe go to a different play area. So I'm gonna go and just recover. And my garage is in Smithville Dam right now. I could have chosen to go to any other garage that I have unlocked, but this garage contains all my trucks right now, or all the other trucks that I've currently unlocked. So this is my Scout. You can see the customizations. I installed the HET6V engine, 5.0 liters, which is like the highest or the strongest engine that can go into this car. All the other cars have like a worse power to weight and durability ratio, but they don't guzzle as much. This is a 4.0 and this is a 4.4 liter engine. The gearbox is upgraded to freeway, enabling a enabling the low gear, to getting yourself unstuck. The stock gearbox doesn't have the low gear, I think. All around. This is the advanced gearbox with the high gear increased high gear count, improvement, or like reliability. And there's a SnowRunner gearbox that makes our fuel consumption even worse. We have race suspension just because we don't have the snorkel unlocked yet, so we need some air underneath the body of water that we're going through and the engine intake. There's like this gazillion set of tires, like these are highway tires for on-road, all-terrain tires with different properties for going on-road, off-road, or through mud. And then there's off-road tires, which are like excellent for off-road and good for mud. And then because going off-road or going through mud is what you actually spend yourself doing in this game for the most part. If you're driving in a scout car anyways, like nobody's scouting by going on the road. I opted for the biggest set of wheels, like the biggest diameter of wheels here, to increase surface area and for excellent maneuverability through mud. Then we have the autonomous scout winch. You start with a stock winch, which can get you out of situations, but it's like super slow and not very powerful. The extended winch is nice. It doesn't give you like a power upgrade in terms of like what you're capable of pulling with that winch, but it gives you more range towards like trees. If the line of trees is further away, then you can just hold on to more. You have more options basically to get yourself out of trouble. And then the high power scout, I guess, is the one that can attach to rocks, which you can basically unstuck yourself with on all terrain. We have the spare wheel in the back to lower our center of gravity. We would be more top heavier even if we just had the roof rack on. And the roof rack is the only frame add-on that we have. And then I have not unlocked the snorkel, like I can do a small snorkel. I need to be rank 11 in my driver's rank. We are currently 7. Or if I'm the rank 14, we can do the high snorkel, which we can almost submerge the entire vehicle for the intake to not be submerged. So we will have basically the entire engine submerged before the snorkel or the intake actually is stalling the engine, or would be stalling the engine. You can also like paint the car, put on external horns, having the side pipe thresholds. These are just like optical or cosmetic modifications. They have like no gameplay influence, just like whatever you feel like looks nice, right? Oh, I have the rooftop lights unlocked, but I can't use them because I have the roof rack. Different types of bumpers and 2 sets of rims to choose from. And then you can choose the color of the vehicle with some paint job on there. Whatever floats your boat. And then you have 6 garage slots. This is the upgraded version of the starter car. This is the car that you go through the tutorial with, the Chevy 500. You can see I have a roof rack and a spare tire in the back. I have the snorkel unlocked for this car, so it also has like a wider stance, if that's the correct term, so you don't flip as much, but it doesn't have the autonomous winch. Oh no, it does. I just recently unlocked the engageable differential lock. This car didn't come with a differential lock, but it came with an all-wheel drive. And then I did not unlock the tall roof rack, which gives me an added capacity for fuel and spare parts. And it has like these mushroom and tall front-facing snorkels. And then this is my truck that I currently operate. I sold all the other trucks that I unlocked because this one is quite beefy and I like it a lot. It has like the big engine. That's the only engine for this truck, so it can't really be upgraded, but this one has like an excellent, like it has an A rating in power to weight and durability. The only thing that I don't like about this truck is that it doesn't have like a front bumper or a front guard. So whenever you run into something or your trailer pushes you into something, your engine like suffers, like that breaks down quite easily. So you have to be extra cautious to go slow and not like run into things, because it doesn't have a toolbox or spare parts by default, so you can't repair yourself, and breaking your engine is one way of getting yourself to having to recover the vehicle and losing the progress in your task or contract. It has a balanced gearbox. I also have the off-road gearbox available. Three low gear stages. I'm gonna sell that for now, don't need it. So I can install it for 5300 or I can sell it for 5300. Suspension, I have not unlocked the race suspension yet. And I also have not unlocked the... no, I do. I do have unlocked the snorkel, that's why the race suspension... No, I have the higher intake filter, right. So I would need the raised suspension for increased maneuverability in off-road situations, not necessarily for going through body of water. And then you can see all the good tires unlock at higher ranks. So the only one that I currently have available that has average mud capabilities are these all-terrain tires, because all the other tires that I have available have like poor capabilities going through mud and are like more for off-road, on-road. So since on-road is something that you rarely go through in this game, I opted to go with the all-terrain tires. And then this one has a high power winch, it doesn't have an autonomous winch. So as I said earlier, you would need to get this truck to a place, you need to outfit this truck to go to a place where you can actually utilize the high power winch. Frame add-ons. So this is where it gets interesting. So you can see like I can put a crane on here to lift things. I have not done a task or contract yet where actually a crane was required beyond the winch that I had. But I've certainly seen tasks that require a crane, and you can see the power to weight ratio suffers significantly just because this crane add-on is so heavy. Also makes it top heavy like nothing else. There's a flatbed without framing. There's a service trailer. Well, not, there's a service add-on, the van buddy. That's the same add-on basically that we saw in the wild on the service trailer. It has like repair capabilities. So if you need a repair, like, then you can do the van buddy. Or what I typically do is this maintenance frame add-on. So this one has spare parts and gasoline, like, so it has a fuel tank and spare parts, so you can repair your car and you can refuel your car with this add-on, which is quite nice because you're like, the only thing that this doesn't have is a spare tire, but you have I already have a spare tire installed on my frame, like under my body right there. But yeah, I am sacrificing capacity on the fuel and the spare parts to have both, basically, as a trade-off. This is a seismic vibrator module. I'm not 100% certain what I'm supposed to do with this. Apparently there's like, this is an item that you buy or utilize for some of the tasks. Like I think looking for oil or drilling for oil would be something that you use this for. You could have the sideboard bed, which I'm not 100% certain what the difference is other than looks between the sideboard bed and the flat bed. Since all the load that I have discovered so far would fit the both of them, and the flatbed, like your load is tied down to the flatbed anyways. There's a fuel tank if I don't want to, like if I am not running risk of damaging my car, but I'm running the risk of running out of fuel. I could fuel myself up from the fuel that I carry in this fuel tank. A loading crane. If I have a flatbed or a trailer, I could use the loading crane to load freight onto my flatbed. And then I have a low saddle and a high saddle depending on the trailer that I want to pull. You utilize these either to pick up trailers in the wild or as part of a contract. So I can just put these, I can stow these away, and then what I can do is I can pull up the global map. I have the North Pole unlocked and I have Taimyr unlocked. So we could either go to Russia or we could stay in the USA and go to Alaska. And then you see there's a garage right here, and a service hub and a trailer store and a trailer. That's a flatbed trailer. So let's sell that flatbed trailer. Let's go into this garage and let's pull the trailer to the trailer store and just sell it. For some really like real quick money. So first we have to get our trucks back out of storage. We want to go with our International Paystar, currently worth 88,000. With all the equipment, we leave the garage, disengage the handbrake, turn on the engine, and then there was supposedly a trailer back here, there it is, that we can pull right onto this platform and sell it. Flatbed trailer discovered. One thing that this game doesn't have by default is like a beeping sound when the trucks go backwards. But there's a mod that allows you to add that to the game. I just haven't installed it yet. Right. So that's like some quick bucks right here. Go open the trailer store and make 3,800 in-game money, whatever that is, by selling that flatbed trailer. I could, like as I said before, there's like no way of burning money, so I could just buy back that trailer for the same amount of money that I just sold it for. And then I could just buy it back should I ever need it. So these are the same modules that I could put on my truck outright just as a trailer. Hello boy. No, this is a gooseneck. This is a low boy. I could like transport other trucks. What I really want to do is like play this in multiplayer with like other people, and like doing like the more difficulty tasks, more difficult tasks, where like you have like one person truck operator that like carries the load, and then you have like one scout like checking on the condition of the road, and like one off-road truck that pulls everybody out of like the deep mud that they get stuck in, certain things like that, or like having one vehicle be the service vehicle that like services your operation, because you like doing stuff that damages your trucks and stuff like that. This one looks closer, so let's make a left. We're actually in the wrong car. I doubt we could go there in our truck, even though this truck is somewhat off-road capable. Hey Raptor, how are you doing? Even though this truck is somewhat off-road capable, we'll probably have to get out. Let's do the Chevy. Let's see if we have all the latest updates installed, upgrades installed. We have the heavy engine. We're gonna do the. Do we want to do the freeway gearbox? Yeah, let's do the freeway gearbox. We have the race suspension. We have. I think we have like the best tires for the job already installed. These are average. Let's go with off-road tires. The big ones. Differential lock, of course. Frame add-on. We don't need the gasoline right now. But we do take the spare wheel. You just played some SnowRunner yourself. Nice. How do you like the game? Did you enjoy just running around in the wild or driving around in the wild, I guess? Like, what's your favorite part of it? You more into scouting or more into doing the contracts? This is my first time playing Alaska, so we're doing the scouting over here, unlocking the towers. I just unlocked the. I'm playing on PC. What system are you playing it on? The contracts your favorite part? Yeah, I initially I didn't like. I tried doing the contracts, but in the very beginning, like it's really hard to do the contracts because you have like very few options available to you. Am I supposed to go there? Who put this? Put this marker there. You have very little options available in terms of going a place. Like because like your overpass is blocked by like some rubble that you have to clear first, then you have to get them like. I tried modding it. I did not get them to work yet. So apparently there's like a built-in modding support in this game where you can just enable or subscribe to mods and then they enable. But certain mods don't install automatically, where you have to like copy files around. And I did not. Woo, this is slippery over here. This is ice! This is my first time driving on ice. Alright. Yeah, so I did not get any of the mods to work that I tried. I also tried only 2 or 3 of them. There was one mod that I tried for the tire pressure. Where you can have the different tire pressure affect the maneuverability of your car. And then the other one that I tried was for the exhaust to stay in the air longer, like to make it more grimy. Neither of them worked. Yeah, I guess Raptor, I guess what it is that you have to install like you have to subscribe to the mods in game, but you also at the same time have to replace certain files in like some game directory someplace, and then hope that an update doesn't overwrite the files. So if the game updates, like you have to reapply all the mods. That's just my hunch, since I didn't really try it for too long. Yeah, the contracts are nice because they give you like stuff to do. But if you if your map isn't uncovered and you don't really know which route you can take, it's really hard going around places. So there's an off-road way back here that we passed. Should we go back there or should we try? It looks like there's another off-road right there. Found a lot of trucks. Yeah, so if you go to the global map, I just discovered that. So you see, is that in here? No. Where did I see that? Did I not see that? Somewhere on the map it shows you actually how many trucks you can find. There's like 20 something trucks all over the Michigan area, like across all 4 of the areas. There's like 20 trucks that you can discover. Like some of them are the same as others. So you just sell them. Is this where I wanted to go? No, this is where we go for it. But you can sell them for money, and then you can just upgrade by just selling all your trucks and buying a new one that you like. Yeah, the bridges is something you have to do first. Like, do the bridges first and clear all the rubble and obstacles. So this is frozen mud, huh? I wonder if this drives differently than wet mud. I basically spent all my time in the Michigan area, yet I have not ventured into Russia or Alaska. And apparently if you have the season pass, they keep adding regions and vehicles. Since this is the first time I play a game like that, I didn't opt for the season pass straight away. So here's something. So this truck has all-wheel drive and it has a low gear, but I can also only engage the differential lock if I am in low gear, or in reverse for that matter. I do have Discord, yes. I'm not logged into Discord right now though. That's probably something I want to set up for a future stream. So this truck, you can only utilize the differential lock when you are in low gear, which reduces your fuel consumption but also makes you slow as hell. And then as soon as you switch back into automatic, it disengages the differential lock. One thing that I learned is that if you have your differential lock engaged and you're driving on a hard surface like a road, it actually breaks it. So you damage your differential, your suspension. Is it the modded truck? The Chevy 500 is the stock truck with just engine upgrades and tire upgrades installed. It's not modded in terms of using anything that came with a mod. I did not want to install any mods that do like crazy engine upgrades because I want to keep this game like somewhat realistic. But yeah, the truck itself certainly has some upgrades installed from the stock version that you started out with right after the tutorial. So let's see if we can forage our way through here and then maybe make a beeline towards this tower. We'll see where that gets us. There's also a soundtrack to this. I have dialed it down quite a bit because it sounds, it's like a country western-y soundtrack with like modern guitars. So it actually sounds more like the soundtrack to StarCraft or StarCraft 2, like the Terran campaign, than it does sound like a western off-roady type of soundtrack. There's also no singing, so that's why I dialed it down, because it doesn't sound too terrible, but it's very repetitive, so you only like barely hear it in the background. I think what I like about Alaska is that the water's actually frozen. If that's a thing. I'm convinced this game started out, like the entire series started out because someone came up with like a realistically looking and feeling approach to simulating mud and dirt physics. And then they said, what do we do with this? Let's build like an entire game around the concept of getting stuck in mud. You can see my left hand side is like getting stuck in this deep mud while the right hand side is driving on this ice. Getting stuck in mud and getting yourself unstuck from the mud. has a different sound. It has a different sound? Yeah, it has a different engine. So the cars have different sounds from the engine that you install. So you unlock the engines by finding upgrades in the regions and by progressing your player profile. And then you can install more beefier engines. And also the gear, like the suspension, not the suspension, the transmission affects like the sound of your engine depending on which gear you're in. So if you say it has a different sound, it could be just the... It also has a very boring horn. It could be that just like depending on the... makes a game, yeah. I think the contracts are like some sort of like motivation because you progress through them. Right now, for me, what makes the game is just like the relaxing factor of going someplace on my own terms, like discovering the route, right? Like there's no harm, like there's no pressure in me going, or there's no like harm done by me going off-road and just discovering what's over there versus what's over there, or following like the actual plan that I had, like getting sidetracked. It looks nice. It could certainly look better if you ask me, but it doesn't look too shabby. Just for comparison reasons, like I don't know if you're interested in these technical details, but this is what is it? 1080 GTX 1080, so it's not the latest of the latest graphics cards installed, but I was able to crank everything, like every graphics option to the max, with like having plenty of air available, or plenty of headroom still, like to further increase the options if there would be an availability. Yeah, we have like all the details on max with anti-aliasing and whatnot. But it certainly plays on lower spec PCs good as well, because like it's very non-demanding, I guess, as far as the engine goes. Yeah, it actually started out all on Ultra. Like I guess it recommends those settings for the hardware that it's running on. But it doesn't run too bad. I'm not sure if I'm imagining it, but it seems like Alaska is certainly, or it looks like Alaska is a little bit more demanding on the hardware. It's a little bit more stuttery over here. But it might also be the reason. The reason might also be that I'm streaming at the same time as I'm playing. But to me it looks like buttery smooth most of the time. Alright, let's get into it. We're driving faster in the snow than in the deep mud, I guess. Or aren't we? No, we're not really. I keep turning off the all-wheel drive. So this is like a pipeline. Like an oil pipeline. Yo, Raptor, what's your favorite car or vehicle in general? So car or truck that you've driven so far? Do you like the Scout class, or do you like the trucks more? Let's see. So it looks like we need to get on the other side of the pipeline. And I don't know, there's some more road, and I don't know if there's an underpass over here, but it doesn't look like we can just cross. Might be able to cross below the pipeline if we go off-road, but then again, where would we go to? We could off-road this piece of road right here. Do we want to try that? Sure. Let's make ourselves a challenge. Let's see if we can off-road right here between this set of trees, and then try if we can connect right here. Right? If there's like no fun if we don't make ourselves a challenge. Freestar? Yeah. The Freestar is a good one that you get very early on. That's like becomes your early workhorse. can certainly go on. And like you unlock lots of upgrades for the Freestar in the early parts of the game, so you feel like you're progressing someplace. You're making it more off-road capable and making it more powerful. Like you get kind of attached to your vehicles over time by the upgrades you install. Oh, it looks like the snow is higher over here, so that we can actually not cross under. Let's try low gear and diff lock. It looks like the snow is... We don't have the correct tires for the snow. Nope. That's not getting us anywhere fast. So let's see if we can back out of here. I bet you can pass here. I have people in my stream, it's junk, but I like it. No, it's what you make out of it. It's not junk. It's certainly not junk. I mean, sure, there are better upgrades available to you, but like you have to get there, right? Like that's part of the progression, like part of the game loop. You have to get there. And it always depends on what you're trying to use it for, right? The Freestar is certainly no heavy-duty truck. Like, it doesn't pull the heaviest trailers, even though you could do like a flatbed attachment. It's also guzzling like crazy, like when you install like more demanding upgrades. But it has character, it certainly has character, and that goes for all of the cars. Like, they drive differently. They behave somewhat differently, and obviously if you compare the Freestar to one of the trucks that are available later in the game, like when you have more money, obviously the more expensive truck should be better than the Freestar, because the Freestar is what you have from the beginning, and there would be no point in upgrading your truck ever if you start out with the best one in the game from the beginning, right? But it's certainly no junk. It's certainly no junk. That's just unfair. None of these cars are junk. It always depends on what you're trying to use them for. Like, you shouldn't go hunting for scouting towers in a Freestar. Sure, no, that's absolutely not. Like, you'll have a very, very hard time getting to most of the places that you need to go. But that's not the purpose of the truck, right? So you're not like... You're not supposed to limit yourself to one vehicle. Like, you should have an, like a range of vehicles available to you for the job that you're planning to do. I used to pull the construction trailer. What do you mean by construction trailer? The service trailer? Or the flatbed with like construction parts on it? The Freestar certainly is capable of, like, at least on road you can pull, you can utilize the flatbed to carry wooden planks and then pull a trailer with steel planks and get to a construction site, no problem in the Freestar. On road, no problem. Freestar can do that. Off road, different story, but that's not what the Freestar was built for. So it looks like this pipeline has to be completed first before I can actually cross. Is that what it is? Is this part of the map locked behind some progression that I have to unlock first? I guess so. Oh, use the drilling site. Yeah, I have not done any drilling yet. I have not done any drilling yet. So do you mean the trailer that has the seismic whatever mounted on top of it, or is that yet another trailer that I'm not aware of? Because you have these seismic, you have the seismic module that you can put on a trailer, which I assume is used for finding oil. And then I assume you would use the construction trailer, which I have not seen yet, or at least I'm not aware of from the top of my head, to build a drilling site. You can tell I have not progressed in the... It's on its own trailer. Yeah, okay. I have not progressed very far in the contracts yet. Did you play multiplayer at all, Raptor? Like, did you play with anybody else, or did you do all the contracts by yourself? Right. I'm gonna show you the updates to the truck that I made. So if you go to customize, I have the heavy engine here. This is the heaviest engine that's available, and that might make the truck sound different than from what you're used to. I guess the HET has less power but more durability is also a good option. So I would either opt for the 6V or the 8V over here. Told multiplayer is broken. No, I've seen people play multiplayer. No, it's not broken. It's certainly not broken. It might be hard to coordinate because I don't know how like multiplayer works in an Epic game, but it's certainly not broken. I've seen people do it. I installed the freeway gearbox. I have the race suspension for the off-road capabilities. Mud tires. The autonomous winch. I don't know. Do you know about the autonomous winch that works independently of your car's engine? It's very good on scouts because you can, like, earlier in the stream I flipped my scout all over a couple of times, so it can get you unstuck. I unlocked the differential lock for this truck, which makes it much more off-road capable. Like this one gets stuck quite often unless you unlock the diff lock, the differential lock. And then I just have the repairs in the trunk. I did not put the tiny roof rack on because we're not going very far here, and the snorkel doesn't harm in case we go underwater. But yeah, I guess so. We can't move over here since this fuel line is broken still, and so we can't reach that tower, at least not that easy. So let's go over to this tower, right? Let's set sails. They can't join if they haven't done the map. They can't join if they haven't done the map. That would sound somewhat logical. So we're in here. They have to be on that map at least once, I guess, to have it unlocked or at least available to them, I would say. But I certainly have seen people play this game in multiplayer, no problem. Like, no problem. Since we're going a longer way, I'm gonna pull out my tiny scout from the storage, and we're going with the fuel on top, just so we can go longer distances scouting. I don't know 100% the details about how multiplayer goes. I have to get some people together. Oh, nice. Guys, don't scream and drive, I guess. So I got I got myself stuck quite good there, I guess. Let's pull. Well, just recover from this real quick. Nobody saw that, right? Nobody saw that. Nothing happened. Yeah, don't try to read chat while driving, even if the road's straight up, or you end up on the rails just like I do, just like I did. The light's gonna be blinding in Alaska with all the snow. Sheesh. It's not too bad in Michigan. But here in Alaska, the white, the snow, the light, holy moly. Blinding white. Also, the icy road doesn't make for nice driving. So I guess I would rather go through some mud or off-road than going on an icy road, which you can see the car just goes wherever it wants to basically. Can I put it in high gear? I can. Doesn't go too fast. I haven't used high gear too much. I don't know if the tutorial doesn't go over it or if it just skipped it. I didn't find it too useful yet, or I didn't need to utilize it too much just yet. You can see the engine. You hear the engine roar. Meep, meep, meep. It's ice. It's making me nervous. I guess we'll stream for an hour more and then... Ow, that was totally uncalled for. Every time I check chat, something happens to my car. I should just stop checking chat while driving. Oh, hold on. So since I have the roof rack on, I can just repair myself on the go. So looks like this road is blocked off by this bridge needing to be repaired. And we need metal planks for that. Did we come across a trailer that has metal planks on? There's a fuel station. There's no trailer in here. Doesn't look like we came across a trailer. Where would we get metal planks from? I mean, we could buy a trailer at the trailer store, and then maybe we get metal from the service hub. So this one's called Metal Bridge, right? So let's find bridge repair, and we get we get them from the factory. So if there's no place we can get to the factory yet. No way we can get to the factory yet. Can we cross that body of water someplace off-road? I guess over here. We would get to the other side over here. Alright, so let's off-road it. Let's go off-road right here. See if there's a trailer at that house, and then maybe we find a trailer over here, and then go into the woods here. Since we can't continue on. Did I repair myself? Did I not repair myself? Oh, I refueled? No, oh, it tried to replace a wheel that wasn't broken. That's why it didn't make anything. Alright. We're ready to go off-road. Ready to go off-road. Backwards all the way here. There's a rock on the road. At least driving backwards doesn't. This is the place where we went off. Oh, it's up. It didn't look like up. Okay, so we should probably go into low gear. because uphill is a good chance, or my talent, I consider it my talent, is to flip the car over while going uphill. In order to not have that happen to me, I'm going to put it into low gear and just scoot my way up here. There's also almost no steering required because the wheels are getting stuck in this pathway quite good. And it just pulls itself along this trek. Doesn't look like there's a trailer in that yard over there. Snow. There's some packed snow ahead. What happens if I shift it to high gear? Does that do it? It does not help. It does not help. Yo Raptor, do you know what the high gear is for? I probably have to read up on that. Let's use the winch to make a bit more progress. Raptor, if you're still there, do you know what the high gear is for in the car? What I would use it for, I guess. Like, if this is boring to you, like if you're watching this and you think like, why is he going through the effort of driving super slow around that corner, then this game is definitely not for you. Like these things. Like, I'm glad I'm making it around this corner without tipping over. And if you're looking at this and you're saying like, this is boring, then please go someplace else. Then this game is not for you. Like, this is like, if this is not rewarding for you of going slowly through this deep snow and making progress this way, then this game is definitely not for you. Definitely not. No tipping. No tipping, please. Alright, so it doesn't look like there's a trailer on this, around this house. Did we wanted to go there? Yeah, we want to go there. It says this way to the port. Okay. These signs feel like out of place. I don't know what it is about them, but they feel out of place. Like everything in this world seems mostly consistent, but these like roadway signs, they just feel out of place, like somebody added them because he had to, and didn't feel like putting them or making them authentic. Like, for a game that tries to be authentic, these signs to me at least appear like very out of place, inauthentic. And there's the white snow, we see nothing but white snow, white out. Alright, so we have to almost hairpin turn here. We're like super slow around this serpentine around these rocks. Serpentine. Almost, it's like there's so much dense forest I can almost not see the car. No clipping, no tipping. Please be careful. Please be careful. Thank you. Thank you. We'll make it slowly but surely. We'll make it. And we made it. Did not tip. Over. There's a bridge up ahead. Let's not pull the same stunt that we did last time, where we went under the bridge instead of over. Why is there a tree directly in front of the bridge? What does this tree do here? Stupid tree, did you grow through it grew through the bridge? And then there's a rock. Like it's like someone didn't want us to take this bridge. But haha, we have the raised suspension and just went right over it. So yeah, that rock would be, if you don't have the raised suspension, then that rock would be a prime reason for you to get stuck on that bridge. Or having to go backwards. Because you would need to push it, you basically had to use the front of your car to push it out of the way, which would break your engine. There's a truck. We discovered a truck, guys. We discovered a truck. A truck, a truck, a truck. A truck, a truck, a truck. Let's head over to the truck. It has, seems like it has signal lights on. It only has 2 axles though. New objective discovered. Can't go to waste. Hey Mitch! Can you get it to me? So I need to get this truck someplace. Where do I need to the house on the hill? Where is the house on the hill? Oh, it's over here. Do we want to try that? Do we want to try that? Try that truck? Or we can we drive it or do we have to pull it? So we can refuel it. It actually has full fuel, it doesn't need to be refueled, it has full tanks. Does it need to be repaired? It doesn't look like it needs to be repaired. Nope, no damage. So we stop our engine. Change trucks? No? Can we change trucks? Do we need to go closer? Or do we need to winch it? It doesn't look like it has off-road tires on it. So this is gonna be very tedious. So can I switch truck? I cannot change trucks. Am I supposed to winch it there? Let's clear our waypoints and settle. It's not very far away, but we have to clear that bridge, and we have to clear these hairpins and serpentines with that truck. I don't think we'll get there. My little scout doesn't have the capabilities of doing that. I doubt it. Let's see what happens. I highly doubt it we get past the first meters. Like the first couple of turns, maybe, if we're lucky. But we should get stuck very early. At least the truck is utilizing its own engine to push or pull most of its own weight. So let's see how it clears that rock. Because we cleared it quite good, but just no, stay on the bridge. By just going over it, and it looks like that truck is just going plain over it as well. Good. So we cleared. Now let's clear the tree. Right, so we bent it. And now here comes the crazy part. We have to clear these. It looks like it's keeping up by itself quite good there. It's almost pushing me up the hill. Just because I'm in low gear. Alright, so we can do automatic gears. We can switch it to automatic. Yeah, it's pushing me actually. It's actually pushing me forward. That's nice. Alright, so whatever truck it is that is behind us, it actually has some, at least a powerful enough engine to push us. And not too terrible set of wheels to go through dirt. So here comes the heavy snow. Let's see what it does. And it might have a differential lock that's engaged. I can't tell because I haven't set my truck. But here comes the crazy part uphill. Hairpins uphill, serpentine. I'm not making the turn. How is that truck supposed to make the turn? It's actually pulling me backwards. So if when I stop accelerating, it's actually pulling me down the hill. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Clear that tree, clear that tree. Please clear that tree. Yep. There we go. Nice. Almost lost it right there. Lost the truck, that is. Okay, 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 okay. I'm going. I don't want to go into that snow right there, so I let myself pull a bit backwards and then. No, not into the snow. And then try, like, inch my way around this corner. For some reason my turn radius is like horrible. That did nothing. We can't make the turns too tight or otherwise the truck won't clear the rubble and the rocks. But this was a lot less effort than I initially anticipated. Come on, come on, come on. We're there. Can't go to waste. Nice, so we cleared that, and I think I'm gonna call it a day. We'll see if we can get those towers unlocked a different time. Yeah, that's SnowRunner. That is SnowRunner. What is this? Looks like an obelisk. Check back on the channel on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube. Leave a like, comment and subscribe and all the good things. Don't forget the bells. And I'll see you next time.